Yo, what's up guys, Ireepism here, and welcome back to another video. Today guys, I'm exploring my old work in Minecraft. That's damn right guys. Some of you don't even know that I've made anything in Minecraft. I've met so many people over the years, so that's the reason I bring that up. But, I want to revisit it and just kind of showing what I intended this map to be. As just kind of a project of when I was younger, 2 years ago. A young lad, 18 years old, pretty young, naive and ambitious, huh? Vocabulary? Alright, so we're gonna get straight into it, guys. I have everything set up, so we're gonna go right into the world. This is the last time I visited the save file. And I have the resource pack on as well, so it's gonna be really interesting to take a look at all this. So here we have everyone on the right side that's helped me over the past. Test it and everything. Obviously a lot more people, but just in the save version. What's really interesting, guys, is how much things was set up. So when you hover over this slot, it was a time slot of the game time. So as you can see, it would update on your screen, and it has a little bit of fading problems, but that would have been not fixed. But I'm not going to go over every bug or anything really. I just want to highlight the work. As you can see, a lot of command blocks here, guys. It's a lot of stuff, so a lot of work went into this map. And before we really get into it, I want to show you what RaZe was. And so for that, we're going to take a look at this. So RaZe was a class-based Minecraft PvP map, and basically I had 5 classes in which I would release it in beta, and you would fight in this map, which I'll show you right now. Let's take a look at this. TP 0300. Yeah, it'd be 0660. All right, that's fine. So here's a class selection board where you select all your classes. Everyone would look straight down. It's basically that's how it's set up. I have 30% movement speed on. Yep, 30% movement speed. I had a whole system for everything. I have invisibility as well, because I'm the Reaper class. But yeah, this is the Minecraft MOBA, guys. The Minecraft MOBA that I was developing for a while. And here's the beauty of the map, really. Here it is, right in front of you. This is what the map looked like, and this is where you would fight along. All these beacons that you see that are colored are active camps. When they're green, they're ready to be killed for experience. And they regenerate with 3 colors. Red being just killed, and then yellow recharging, green being, ready. So here's a buff camp. Here's a crystal signifying that. There's another one over here somewhere. Yeah, right here, this purple one. Another crystal. And I think there's one down here if I remember. 3 kind of boss areas right here. Here's another one. Still in development. Obviously the map was never finished, guys, so I never really got around to everything I might tell you. But most of it was done. All the classes were done. Redstone wise, I just had to make it for the different teams. Basically how this game was set up, I had to do a lot of repeated work, just so everything could work correctly and in correspondence with each other without any problems. It's the way it was supposed to be done at the time, at least. This map was finished, or when I stopped working on it was in Minecraft 1.89. So that's the version I'm in right now. I know Minecraft 1.12 is out. I've not played thoroughly any of the Minecrafts after 1.8. None. And I don't plan to. But anyways, guys, that's when I really stopped RaZe. So that's just to give you an idea of why, there's a lot of redstone there, and command blocks and logic, and why it wasn't completed in time, because it did take quite a long time to do anything. I was also working, and it was very hard to balance, but all my free time was devoted to this map, so it's a big portion of my life, kind of a project really that didn't air, but I've learned so much from, met so many people, and will always take this kind of work into consideration in the future. Like, how deep do I want to go into making a project in the future, whether it be in any other game or you know, in a job, real life job work, you know, doing a project that way or a commission, something like that. So this was definitely the experience. But let's go back to the text document. So here it is. Here's a Reaper class I am right now, where I'm invisible. So every class has a passive and 4 abilities, one of those abilities being your ultimate. So let's read it. Reaper was an assassin. He was a physical assassin. Reaper's passive enables him to move invisibly without exceeding his threshold radius. So let's just take a look at his passive. Alright, on the bottom, exposed. So you can level it up to 5 times each ability. So the maximum level in RaZe was 25. And each ability can be upgraded up to 5 times. So that's where you see the slashes here. This would be level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we had units and RaZe. So here's hearts, here's seconds, here's meters. That's 1 block. In Minecraft, it was a meter. Each block was a meter cubed. So it's 1 meter tall, we'd say, or long. And yeah, so let's take a look. Eternal Scythe. You know, it was just a regular scythe. It's a Minecraft hoe right here. Eternal Scythe. It's level 1 here. And yeah, total damage 1. A scythe that brings death to all victims. Here's Death Fog. Summons a Fog that obscures vision. Here's it working. Has a pretty cool sound effect. That's a pretty high level of Death Fog, by the way. Yeah, it's level 5. That was max level. We have cooldowns, as you can see. The die ticking away here. It's really cool. A lot worked in this map. Here's Divine Execution. We'll see right here. It's a passive ability. And it increases your damage on your scythe 1 per block. And then it also gives you lifesteal for killing an enemy with Eternal Scythe. Really awesome stuff. So Reaper is really, really good, honestly. In the later stages of the game, he would lifesteal a huge amount of HP. Death Whisper was a pretty awesome ult. You teleport to the nearest enemy in this radius right here. So within 10 blocks at the first level up to 18. You stun them and silence them. And it was really cool. The teleport delay is 2 seconds, so you'd right click. Boom. And then you'd hear 1. That's debug right there. But really, really awesome stuff. The person on their screen would see that mark, red, as in they got attacked. And what I saw on my screen was red because it failed for me. I didn't find anybody. If someone was on my screen, that red would be green. So I'll just show you one more time. Scoreboard. Set repism CD. Death. W. 1 cooldown. Alright. This would be green because I locked into someone. Now I'm just breaking it. Yeah, really awesome stuff, guys. Really cool class, Reaper. Love this class. Invisible class. And obviously the armor would be invisible with the RaZe Resource Pack. Now, I did create sound effects with Reaper. So let's play some of that. So let's play sound. FP8. Play sound. What is it? It's a sound file, and then the person. Player 111. No, let's do this and 111. All right, so let's check it out. Let's do it's Reaper dot hello. No, I don't know what it is. It's something. Alright, I won't play the commands here, but I'll get the sound effects on the screen. Alright guys, I'm in the sound effects folder. So we're just going to pull up all the MP3s. And we're going to find Reaper real quick. Here he is. Alright, so let's just check it out. Updated sounds. Here we go.
Be careful.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Come here, you little fly.
So DB Aerox means death by Aerox. So when I die to another class called Aerox, I'd say that. Here's death by Cropper when I die by the class called Cropper.
I think I just went boom boom.
Here's Death by Markra.
I hate ranged mortals.
Here's Death by Nazareth. The 5. So here's the first 5 classes.
That sustain will last you very long.
And Death by Reaper. Another Reaper on the other team.
I hate my kind.
And I'm just play the other voices.
Enemies in the left jungle. Enemies in the marrows. Enemies in the right jungle. You're killing it. Never mind that. That's quite alright. Very well. Yes. My sincere apologies.
So yeah, that's that. So that's the Reaper class, guys. Pretty awesome. I did do a voice pack for him. I got really far with Reaper. As a matter of fact, these are called, this area over here is progression command blocks, and that's what controls all the command blocks that give me the right item in which displays my level. So for example, this actually properly displays. So you see in the title, it's called Divine Execution 1, and that's the first level, and the abilities is gold, 1 and 1.5 on additional damage and lifesteal. Those are highlighted to show you what the current values are of your current item, and that would be all here. Now, what's interesting is you have to have a few command blocks to do that. So, like I said, guys, we're talking about, if you do the math here, 5 abilities, including the passive, right? So 4 abilities, 3 abilities, 1 ultimate, 1 passive. That's 5. Let's just call them all abilities per class. And there's 5 classes. That's 25, and then times a row of all of this amount of command blocks, even more for some. That's thousands of command blocks, guys. So it's a lot of work, and you have to do one for each team. It's different. So Reaper, I did for Reaper here, and I did for Reaper here. I changed the XP for the camps. Oh, a ton of stuff, guys. Making a MOBA in Minecraft is next to impossible without coding it yourself. Doing it with command blocks is just too tedious, and it's not worth anyone's time ever, I think. Don't do it. I messed up, guys. Don't do it. But it's good to reminisce on it. It's really something quite wild. So we're going to go on to Cropper. Let's take a look at Cropper here. Cropper is really cool. Here we go. Let's take a look at Cropper. So Cropper is a warrior. He's a magical warrior. I'll be doing that a lot, saying it backwards. But Cropper's passive enables him to move quickly while casting abilities which complement his radius damage. So let's just read that one more time down here. Bring Fear gains movement speed after using an ability. That's his passive. And 5 to 25% movement speed. And at all ranks, it's 1.5 seconds. So let's take a look at his abilities. Corrupt, it's 2 to 6 radius, 10 to 30% slow, and pure damage. So it goes right through armor, which there is an armor system in this map. So pure damage is damage that sticks to anyone. So it's not a lot of it, but it's pretty high damage. And it's on an 8-second cooldown, and the slow is for 2 seconds. You can really do some work with that. Dark Rain rains fireballs. Cropper summons a dark type of rain that pours down on enemies within a radius. If you're silenced, this ability won't rain fireballs. So while you're silenced, it's like a casting ability. So while it's casting and you're silenced for that tick, you'll not rain fireballs. You'll rain fireballs when you're not silenced. And it'll keep casting even if you're silenced. Until, unless you're silenced the whole time. Well, that sucks. So yeah, we had silencing abilities. You probably heard that in MOBAs. We've got it here too. Target damage summons fireballs where you stand, slowing enemies in the radius of them. You can hit them to make them a traveling AoE. And they also are AoE slow bombs, which I'll show you after. And Divine Justice, throw a projectile slowing all enemies within a radius for 50 seconds. For victimized enemies, they will check for teammates within range and apply the effect to their teammates. Okay, that's nutty. Let's try to show that in game. I'll try my best. Not all the abilities I'll get to work because it's been a long time since I've seen this. But player set read. Let's try, guys. Class F2, and I'm a Marauder. That's right. Alright, so here's Corrupt. See how I moved faster there for a second? Let's just scoreboard player set. Scoreboard. Objective set display sidebar. M speed. That's my movement speed. So I'm currently at 30% anyways. So let's just reset this. So I went up 5% because it's level 1. Here's Dark Rain. Casting. Alright, target damage. It's assisted. Doesn't move, but yeah, it would have. It should. No, oh, that's another ability I'm thinking of. And Divine Justice. You have 5 seconds to cast, and you throw something like that. It's really cool, that ability. If you see an enemy being casted away. So basically, I throw Divine Justice. Let's say it tags me here. I have a teammate here and here. They also get victimized. Whatever that means. Let's see what that means. They will be slowed for up to 5 seconds. And 50% all ranks. And the projectile, when I throw it, has a radius of 3 blocks or meters, whatever. So I throw it, and I just have to be slightly accurate, right? Within 3 meters of someone, of that snowball hitting. So really strong ultimate to control people far, far away. All right, let's take a look at Markra. A ranged magical nuclear hunter. All right, read it correctly. So let's read the passive. Markra's passive enables versatility on death position. The dynamic of the entire fight can change completely. So let's just read that down here. Deathwalker. When Markra dies, she summons fireballs falling from the sky, damaging all enemies in the radius. So kind of like Junkrat in Overwatch. If that makes sense. Kind of like Dark Rain, actually. Dark Rain, exactly, how it rains fireballs from people. I have old videos showing this on YouTube, actually. And very early showcases of RaZe. Probably the first 5 episodes, you'll see Dark Rain as an ability. Definitely, actually. I think it's 3rd episode. But let's become... Yeah, let's become... Class 3. Where is it? Yeah, this is it. Anyways, let's read the abilities of Morse. Throwable single target AoE that blinds and slows an enemy in the race. If you're silenced, this ability will cast and have no effect. So you'll be able to throw it, but it won't do anything. So you'll waste the cooldown on it. The cooldown does scale downwards, so in your favor as you level it up. The blind increases up to 3 seconds, blinding you, literally. And it slows people and has a radius of 4. That snowball's huge. Like, it's hard to miss. So think about... Let me just kind of showcase this. Summon pig. Ooh. Alright. Let's get a snowball. Just within 4 blocks. So that would basically hit. So you really don't have to be accurate. Like, maybe that will hit. Maybe. Maybe it's a little too far, but... See, I can do it from above. That would hit. So, I mean, we're talking... This map would be... You're always hit with abilities. Drag drop, which I'll demonstrate what it does. You drag an explosive on the nearest enemy near you. Deals nuclear damage. If you're silenced, this ability won't cast. This is what drag drop looks like. Here, let me just show you guys. Let's just see what the problem is here. We have to be class 3 and have this score. Oh, this is the ultimate. That's really cool. We'll have to show that later. But here's drag drop. It will summon. I right click the chest plate. It'll summon. That's level 1. So basically, an enemy's near me. It'll just summon this creeper right above their head, and it has a drag time. So we'll just take a look at that. So 3 seconds, 2.5, 2, 1.75, 1.5. So it scales pretty hard actually. So it takes 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, something like that, right? 1, to 1.75, let's say. This is 2. So as you can see, it's getting way lower. And then at max level, it's really going to hit someone. I'll actually show you in game mode 0 how, see, that did 4.5 damage that far away. It's a very hefty ability, huh? So marksman, let's see, and then marksman was what you saw above. It basically, I run around with movement speed, all this stuff. Let's see. So I have 50% movement speed. Okay, let's read it. Marker gains a shield of nuclear explosives above her. They follow her until an enemy is within her radius. Gains protections and movement speed. So I get, it's 180-second cooldown, 50% movement speed at all ranks. 4 creepers above me, you saw them move around, those charges. And the buff is for 6 seconds. So last 6 seconds. And this is a nuclear damage scaling and the radius that people have to be in. So 12 blocks away, it's going to just fall on them. It's ultimate though, and then I gain protections up to 25. So a really squishy character in this ultimate becomes pretty tanky with you know, her scaling protections in the first place. Let's go to Nizereth. Nizereth is the guardian, a physical guardian. Nizereth's passive enables extra effects on his abilities, enabling more control in fights. So let's take a look at Nizereth, huh? Nizereth is pretty dope, actually. Let's take a look at him. I mean, every class is dope. I mean, I made the map, right? So, here's, this is his first ability. It's called Soul Swipe. Actually, let's read his passive because his passive is really important. So, Nizereth's passive enables extra effects on his abilities, enabling more control in fights. So, let's read his passive first. That makes sense. So, Soul Store is his passive. You gain soul parts, okay, by standing near people. Soul parts. Store soul parts for your abilities to gain extra effects. For every enemy in the radius, you gain 1 soul part. You get 1 soul part per enemy every second. And this is how much you can store at a time, so you probably don't want to save it that much. You want to constantly be using your abilities. And this is a radius in which you can start taking from people. So you have to be near enemies to really get a lot of soul swipes. Effectively, if you have 0 soul parts, you have to follow an enemy within 9 blocks of them, which, you know this map, it's a lot of radius, so you're really taking out, you're going to be taking a lot of damage, vulnerable to the enemy, susceptible to another team, but you're rewarded by getting soul parts. And as you level it up, you have a safer distance to do that. So from that close to 9, it becomes a lot safer, and you store a lot more. So let's take a look. Soul Swipe, that axe, Nizereth's favorite weapon of choice. It slows people when you have slow parts. So it doesn't slow if you don't use it. And it slows for 1 second. It's like Frostbound Hammer on Smite, let's just say. Scaling Frostbound Hammer. Exhilarate is a heal for your teammates. And the heal radius increases with the heal, the potency. Exhilarate your team by applying healing with radius. If you're silenced, this ability will cast and have no effect. If you have soul parts, you gain speed for your teammates. You use soul parts to increase all allies' movement speed for 2.5 seconds within radius. This includes you. 2.5 seconds of 30% speed. Pretty brilliant ability, if you ask me. You can dodge some radius abilities with that. Movement speed is very important in this game. 15-second cooldown. So let's just take a look. This is Exhilarate. Does not work. Not turned on. Here's Soul Rupture. Does not work, but let's just see. Rupturing the soul of your enemies, silencing all enemies in the radius. So it uses a lot of soul parts to gain protections. Or, let's read that again. Rupture the soul of your enemies, silencing all enemies in the radius. It had a really cool sound effect, by the way. I want to play that, but 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. So let's see if I can jumpstart it. It's gonna be somewhere here. Let's move that here so it's not doing too much. Let's see. Yeah, it did not work. Yeah, I'm not hearing it. I don't have the chest plate on, do I? I do. Huh. I don't know. I got it here. Let me see. Maybe I can do something. Set repism. Soul. Let's give myself 100 soul parts. Let's see. What's it called? Soul Esrupt. Let's set it to level 1. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see. I'm gonna take a look at it. Maybe I'll get it to work. Well, your boy knows how to read command blocks and was able to figure it out pretty quickly. So here, watch this. So let's just read it. Oh, it's really ugly there. But let's just read it here. So where's the cast time? Alright, so there's a cast time with this ability. Rupture the souls. So rupture the soul of your enemies, silencing all enemies in the radius. So we're gonna silence everyone. And if I have soul parts within 7 blocks, I can reduce their protections by up to 15. Really awesome. So let's watch it. Really cool sound effect, actually, if you ask me. That's a lot of sounds right there. Let's try it again. That's pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. Reset roaring. Oh, okay. Death roar. This is the ultimate. Think of Hades' ult if you ever saw Smite. I'm making references to Smite because a lot of this was, you know, inspired by Smite at the time. So, 2 to 5 second stun. Regain protections. 240-second to 160-second cooldown. You'll see why. Roars the souls out of your enemies. All enemies in the radius during the initial cast will be stunned. Newly entered enemies will be ignored. Harvesting soul parts from soul store is disabled during the duration. Gain protections. So this is a radius ability. So I made it so you can't gain soul parts, you know, because gaining soul parts, you know, just being in a radius of people. I made it so you can't do that because it would be too potent if you get a lot of people in that radius. You won't use soul parts, basically. So you use 16 soul parts. You need 16 soul parts to cast it. Actually, and Nizerth is stunned while casting. Let's take a look at this. Look how cool this is. So that's a 2-second stun. That's level 1. That's what it looks like. It's pretty dope. Everyone around me would have been stunned with those hitting sounds. And then Aerox. Beautiful Aerox. Guys, Aerox is just amazing. So let's take a look at Aerox. Let's see. I get everyone. There we go. So we got Seraphic Impale. Let's just take a look here. So he's a physical warrior, Aerox. His passive enables him to move around the map super quick until interrupted. So let's see if his movements... No, it doesn't work. Let me fix that first because that is so cool. Alright guys, I'm back. So I made my movement speed 0. You'll see it down here. So scoreboard, player set. Reset. Let's reset that. Everyone, M speed. Alright. Now let's... Yeah, there we go. Okay, mine's just there so you can see. So as I move, depends how fast I'm moving. So slowing or walking this slow doesn't do it. You have to be sprinting. And you get up to 20% movement speed. That's the passive. So that's really dope. Until you're interrupted. So if I jump, it goes down. You saw that? That's interrupting. So sometimes, you know, if I really sprint run. If you guys know Minecraft, when you sprint and jump at the same time, you are a little bit faster than people just sprinting. So you can't do that while you're getting this movement speed. So you have to be uninterrupted. And if you do remember, really quick, let's just take a look, guys. Really quick here. Let's look at RaZe. It's not one easy map to run across. Plenty of hills everywhere, so you're really making use of this passive in some areas. You know, it goes up, though, up to 60% late game. Let's just take a look. So, from, let's see, where is it? Where's the passive in here? Where's the passive? I don't see it. Oh, light speed. Here we go. So from 20% scales up to 60% max movement speed. So I went from 0 to 20 here, as you can see. I'm not going higher. 0 to 20. So I increment in 5 every time up to 60. Look how fast I can move from the spawn all the way to the middle of the map. This is why it's really good. Now jumping here, Aerox's passive is useless. You don't get to trigger it. Watch, I'll show you. See, it's not triggered here. So the map is cleverly designed around the classes, guys. Everything was well thought. I mean, this map it was almost 2 years old, and I was working on it, and never completed still, to this day. I gave up on it a while. See, up here, it's also, if you're not clever, like if you jump up these stairs, you will lose the passive, but you can run up these parts that you see here. See how I maintain my movement speed by shaking my mouse left and right? It's really important as a tailored and what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. A tenured, that's the word. A tenured Aerox player would be really good at that. So anyways, let's read the abilities. Remote clutch, throwable multi-target AoE that stuns enemies within radius. Stays on ground for 3 seconds. Let's take a look at that. I believe it works. So here we go. That stuns people for 3 seconds or something like that. There we go. It disappeared. It's on cooldown. Mortalist. Not sure what that does. I have to read it. I forgot. Stuns enemies in the radius and gain protections for yourself. Mortalist also resets Seraphic Impale's cooldown. Oh, so that's really interesting. What's Seraphic Impale? Impale an enemy with a single damaging attack. Wow, it does a lot of damage. 16 damage. That's more than Reaper. It has a 3-second cooldown. Oof, guys. So take a look at this. So I'd left click slash summon pig. Oh, look at that. See, it's 3-second cooldown. My axe. That's pretty dope. Let's take a look. 4. So let's see. You see that? You can do it really quick. That's dope. That's pretty cool, guys. So I just showed you a combo with Aerox right there. Pretty awesome stuff. Now, the ultimate, guys, is something unreal. Look at this. Look at that. Alright, so let's just read it on here. It's much better. So mech is the ultimate. Alright, let's read mech. Aerox summons mech to ride with greater mobility. Mech is immune to slows. If you're stunned while riding mech, you are dismounted and cannot remount. I was really clever with this mechanic, how to do this. You know, just to be a little bit modest here, but no, it was pretty clever. So it's a 90-second cooldown. The mech life is 6 seconds. It jumps 5.5 meters, so 5.5 blocks. It's 150% fast. So think of M speed right here being 150. It's faster than any ground movement speed in the game. You can only be up to 100 in RaZe. M speed can only be 100, movement speed. But this thing goes 150, so this obviously is speed class, right? And low tier jump is a landing and disorient. That's the mode for the low tier jump. Will blind targets and slow on detonation. And stampede, a high jump, will landing and stampede mode will deal nuclear damage to all players and knocking them up in a radius. So what's really cool about this is when you do land on stampede, that higher tier jump, I'll show you. This one, you see it? There is a sound effect, but it's not playing. Here's a low tier jump, that one. Oh, he died. But that's stampede. The higher tier jump summons an explosion on the, like, as you land, but you're immune to damage. There's an immunity frame right there, so it's really, really cool, guys. Oh man, I miss RaZe. I love RaZe so much. It's a very short cooldown too. It's humble. It's 90 seconds. It's a pretty fun ability to use, and that's everything. Here's Asmex. Never really made it to the actual physical RaZe, but I was working on it. Here's some other class names. A corpse. Calling the deceased to spring up from the ground and deal pure damage and slow its victims. Just a really graphically appealing ability. Marsh. Summon Marsh at your current location. Marsh will target the nearest enemy in the radius until he reaches his chain time. Marsh can target the same player. So think of this as Nejao's ring toss and Smite. So these here, this red will indicate enemies because red usually indicates enemies. Alright, so I hit him with Marsh. He will bounce to him. If he's not there, let's say this guy's out of range. So once it bounces to him, he can bounce back, whatever the chain time is. Or he can just bounce in a ring around people, doing pure damage. 3 pure damage. You're literally weakening the entire team with this. Such a beautiful ability. Up to 6 chains. And has a 12-second cooldown. And the Marsh, it takes 1 second traveling between. So let's go do 6 times. If that was 6 times. Oh man, guys, RaZe is amazing. Only if I developed this map not in Minecraft would it be complete to this day. Probably, actually. What an amazing concept, though. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about my past experience with this map. I will not be working on it ever again. Maybe in a standalone game, but definitely not in Minecraft. This was an old project. I've learned a lot from it. It's been a pleasure, guys. If you have any comments or questions or want me to do anything else regarding RaZe, let me know. I don't have any problem revisiting the past. But, you know, it could take months, depending on how busy I am. But I really appreciate you guys watching. It means a lot. And, hey, I'll see you next time. Peace out now.